Hello, everyone. I'm Jack Tracy, and I'm with the Jordan Smelski Foundation for Amoeba Awareness. We're here today at the 2019 Amoeba Summit, and I am speaking with Dr. Humberto Liriano, and he is the medical director of pediatric emergency medicine and critical care medicine at Brandon Regional Hospital in Brandon, Florida. And we so appreciate you taking a moment to sit down and answer a question for us.
Sure.
The question I had is, what is involved in the treatment for a patient that has PAM, primary amoebic meningoencephalitis?
Well, it's intense, for that matter. There's an urgency in it.
Mm-hmm.
And so for anyone who has a child with PAM or primary amoebic encephalitis, the key factor is getting a sample of the CSF, finding out if we do have the amoeba or not. And of course, timing makes a huge importance. Most children have fever. And so I think family, treat the fever at home and not aware that there could be other things besides a fever. But the moment the child has nuchal which is, stiffening of the neck, or photophobia, think of any type of meningitis, either be a bacterial or amoeba. And at this point, bring them to the emergency department. In the states of Florida, or at least mostly in the South, we have tried to bring out a case-by-case basis, but at least that ER be aware of asking the appropriate questions, because that's the other thing. Us physicians, sometimes we don't ask the appropriate questions. Families don't know what we're looking for. And so the question is, have you been in any warm water? Any warm water, pool, lakes, any ponds, anything. And at that moment, with those signs of nuchal rigidity, photophobia, you're thinking meningitis, and with warm water, I would think amoeba right away. And the key is it's very urgent. You have to start, and every hospital has this, at least one of the cocktails. There's several cocktails, about 6 medicines. And out of the 6, amphotericin B is one of them, and it's antifungal, antiparasitic sometimes too, and in most hospitals. And so start that right away. At least empirically start amphotericin B, because it happens very fast. The disease is very, very rapid, and it's mostly because of cerebral edema, the cytotoxic killing of the amoeba. So once you have it confirmed, you need to send them to the ICU. If you don't have a pediatric ICU in that hospital, then transfer immediately to a hospital that has ICU. And there, you're going to have to put them in a coma. Only because, eventually you're going to have to put assisted ventilation, breathing tube down his throat to breathe for him, because he's going to, his brain functions are going to decline very rapidly. And then I did called my neurosurgeon, the friendly neurosurgeon, and put an external ventricular device in the brain. And the reason why I thought that is, what better chance of getting the medicine straight to the brain, to the CSF. And so that was done immediately. And so we put medicine there as well. And then the last key is, we've had this new cocktail of medicine. The last 3 years, and actually the last 2 survivors, have used the same medicine, methotrexate, on top of the other cocktails. And so right now research is going on to see how the medicine works. And the last thing is the hypothermia. There's a combination of things. You have to cool the patient down to 33 degrees Celsius. Less than that is deadly, and so you have a lot of side effects. And so we put them to 33 degrees Celsius, and on average, you can't do more than 3 or 4 days. So it's a waiting game. You send the CSF to the CDC every day, and at the same time, you're monitoring everything else. Make sure his organ functions well. The cooling, continues, and then with this case, Sebastian de Leon, it so happened that the CDC called us on the 4th day and let us know that the amoeba was negative in the brain.
Wow.
So it worked out, because that was the time, no matter what, I had to rewarm the child. And so it was great news. At least it was killed, but now we have to rewarm him. We don't know what the organs function is going to be. We don't know what the brain function is going to be. But it's very important. All this was done in less than 4 hours. Wow. Everything is rapid. It's very fast. I mean, this is a deadly, deadly disease. This patient of mine was able to bring down the death rate from 99 to 97%. And that's how important it is. Definitely those conformed cases definitely need to work really fast. It's very, very important. I don't think you even have more than 24 hours once confirmed. Everyone has to shut down and just work on this case, because it takes a whole team. It takes a whole team. So
yeah. And if it does go into the cyst stage, then the medicine will also take care of the cyst.
Right. Well, that's
So-
the ongoing research.
Yeah.
We don't know for a fact 100% that the cyst dies. We just know that it slows down.
Mm-hmm.
And the moment that at least the live ones
Mm-hmm.
are dead, the cyst might try to come back as a trophozoite, then it gets killed. So at least the numbers don't multiply.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That's the thing. These amoebas are asexual. So they multiply very fast,
Yes.
millions fast.
Yeah.
And so if you slow down that process, give those that are in the killing form, kill those, and then take over the rest. And
Yes,
so it
yes.
worked. It worked.
Yeah. Well, thank you so very much.
No problem.
We appreciate your time.
Thank you.
And thanks very much for the fantastic work you did.
No, thank you for having me. I think Jordan Smelski Foundation and Steve and Shelley have been great with this cause. Like I said, even today we have a case in Dallas.
Yes.
And so it's something that's very important.
Yes.
You know, it affects us all, and those that don't know about it should know about it, because it's a case that it's so fast you don't even have time to honestly breathe. And so I think the whole world should know about it. So I appreciate you guys inviting me again.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes.